Another beautiful morning to talk sport right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. You're welcome to the Friday extra special of the show. This is where we talk all things sport from the local national things, the world of basketball, the world of tennis, the world of cricket, all this and more on the show this wonderful morning. Yesterday, I gave an exclusive that we're going to have the chairman of Shooting Stars Football Club join us on the show, and he's on the seat to talk everything on the world of football from the local front of Shooting Stars and beyond. Let me introduce the man of the moment, Honorable Taiwo Lekan Salami, leads Shooting Stars SC Executive Chairman, bringing over 3 decades of professional experience across banking, telecommunication, consulting, and public service. A graduate of economic and from Guildhall University in London, he has accomplished an administrator with a career built on project execution, policy, advisory, and strategic planning. His track record reflects an ability to manage people, resources, and budget with measurable results. His appointment as chairman marks a bold new chapter for Shooting Stars, anchored on a spirit of development, restructuring, re-engineering, and repositioning the club for long-term success. Drawing on his leadership background, he has set a clear vision to professionalize the club structure, strengthen the internal process, and ensure financial stability. Under his guidance, Shooting Stars SC is being repositioned as a modern, competitive, and professional managed football institution with a focus on investment, governance, and sustainable growth. Honorable Salami is dedicated to restoring the club history, status among Nigerian football elites. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Honorable Taiwo Lekan Salami to our midst. You're welcome, sir. It's good to have you on the show program.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, great. I have Mabuba also on the show, joining us to also ask exclusive questions on the way forward and what has happened in recent times with Shooting Stars. I'm just going to start off quickly by asking a few questions. For people who know the name Shooting Stars for a long time, but not fully understand the responsibility behind it, what does it truly mean to lead a club like Shooting Stars Football
Club? You know, Shooting Stars, you know, as we all know, it is an historic club. It's Nigeria's oldest football club, and you know, it has a rich history and tradition with, you know, millions of fans all over the world. What does it mean? It means, for me, it means the world to actually lead Shooting Stars, you know, at this present time, and to be able to take them through, you know, the next phase. It's an opportunity that, you know, of course, I thank His Excellency for giving me that chance to be able to, you know, reset the club. And it's something that, you know, it gives me fire, something that encourages me, you know, believing that, you know, the club can always do more. You've not seen anything yet in terms of where we're going to take this club. We've been able to do a lot, you know, in the past 10 months. And, you know, we have a belief that we can do a lot more. We can actually do a lot more. And, you know, in the months to come, you'll be able to see, you know, everything that we're doing, you know, start manifesting, both on and off the pitch.
Right. Shooting Stars have gradually regained, you know, stability and competitiveness in the big stage. What do you think has changed behind the scene for the club's progress of late?
There's been a lot that has changed. There's been a whole lot, both on and off the pitch. I mean, where do I start from? You know, behind the scene, you know, off the pitch, you know, we've restructured, we've repositioned, we've re-engineered our processes. You know, we've been able to improve, you know, player welfare. We've been able to, you know, bring back belief. We've been able to set a vision, you know, for everybody to key into as to what, you know, we want to achieve within, you know, certain time frames. You know, we have both short, medium, and long-term goals, and we've been able to, you know, engage not only all stakeholders, you know, fans, even players, coaches, everybody is aligned, you know, to what we're trying to do here. So we've done a lot, you know, off the pitch. I mean, we've been able to, you know, set up the academy properly. You know, we have hostel for them now, because that's the future of Shooting Stars, you know, all these under 19 players. We've transited some of them into the first team now. Our media amplification and presence, of course, everybody can testify that we have by far the best media, in the league. So we've more than quadrupled our followers, both on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think Facebook, we have almost 140,000 now. The engagement is serious. And then on Twitter, we're very active. On Instagram, we have close to 9,000 followers in under 9 months, which is quite commendable. That is off the pitch. Then on the pitch, results have started coming. We've been able to win. We've been able to do well at home, even away. I think we're third on the league right now. Yeah. Being third on the league at this time of the season, it's something that Shooting Stars has not experienced for close to 30 years. Just to be third on the league, going into the last game of the season. We've not seen it for 28 years. So it's something to be really proud of. We're hoping and praying that that status will be maintained so that there's so much sought after continental football, we will achieve it. We have a website right now, something we've never had. We have a club store, something we've never had. We have an ambitious project in front of us, which is to build a permanent hostel for the club. Permanent hostel that will have 50 rooms, indoor swimming pool, gymnasium, clinic, amphitheater, multimedia room, physiotherapy room, recovery room, canteen, training pitches, So those are the kind of dreams that we have for Shooting Stars. And with time, all these things will manifest. We have investment opportunities now. We have sponsorship opportunities. We have a brand new kit sponsor, for the coming season, an international brand. That's the first time they're coming to Africa, and they decided to partner with Shooting Stars.
Exclusive story.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things, that's coming up, and hopefully with time, we'll start. You start revealing them to you one by one.
Great,
yeah.
Great. All right. I was at the last game when we won, or the team won that game to cement a place for the Continental ticket, and the joy in the stadium was massive. Everybody was excited. Yeah. I saw you, moving with the players, celebrating. Yeah. There was so much joy around it. I want to ask you, what's the roadmap if you were to finally qualify for that ticket? Is there a roadmap structure for the continent, or is it just qualifying that you just want to do? Is there a way that we can move forward with that qualification?
No, we're not just there to make up the numbers. If we do qualify for the continent, which I believe we should, we're not there just to make up the numbers. As I said, this is an historic club with tradition. So, we've won the Cup Winners' Cup before in 1976. Who says that we cannot win, the Continental Cup? We would go in there with, all that we have to be able to at least represent Oyo State very well, represent Nigeria extremely well. And we're not there to make up the numbers. We're going to recruit well, we're going to train harder, we're going to, maybe enhance everything that needs to be enhanced, from welfare to technical to players to, everything that is required for us to be able to compete well. We will surely go ahead to do that. So the roadmap is clear, and we have, we're intentional about what we want to achieve. With the fans also being behind us, we believe that the sky is the limit. Yeah.
All right. We have more questions, and I'm sure the fans watching us right now would also have questions. We're going to be reading that, but we're going to go on a break. And when we're back, we'll be giving you more exclusive story. We still have Honorable Taiwo. Lekan Salami is still with us right here in the studio. Stay connected. Do not go anywhere.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Casts. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
All right, you're welcome back to your channel of choice at Dominion Television. This is Dominion Sport, and Paul Abitolu and me still very much connected with you right here on the go. And I still have Honorable Taiwo, Lekan, Salami giving us exclusive interview, top notch. And then trust me, we're having so much to talk about right here on the show. You were talking about continental football. What areas do you think you need to improve the team going forward if you have to secure the qualification?
If and when we do secure qualification, we need to improve on all fronts, okay? Because just qualifying is not enough.
Yeah.
All right. We need to, improve and enhance the technical department. Okay. We need to improve and enhance our recruitment, because definitely we need to bring in, some more quality players to bolster the squad. We do have a good team, but definitely we'll need improvement in certain areas, all right, within the team. We would also enhance operationally, the media section of the club, additional equipment and tools to be able to capture moments, a bit better. We'll need to improve also operationally. Match day operations, logistics. We need to also work on that aspect, because the crowd, of course, that will come for such matches would be a lot more. Okay. So those are the immediate areas that would definitely need improvement. Of course, there would also be others. But as we identify them, then we'll work on them. So.
Great. Before I turn to Mabuba quickly, I just have to ask some questions from the players. Some key players reportedly have contract running down already for expired time. And what's the core plan for regarding Kamara Goke, Sadiq Ibrahim, the highest goal scorers, the assists in the squad, and also what are the plans for the contract extension?
Yes, contract talks have started with some key players, at least with players that the contracts are coming up for renewal. We've started talks on the extension, but I believe these talks would intensify the moment the league is over. A lot of the players, even the club itself, want to be assured that Continental is guaranteed. That will make our negotiations with them a lot easier. Once they're guaranteed Continental football, the ones that their contracts are expiring, they'll be the ones even coming to us that they want to renew. So we've started the preliminary talks, and this surely will intensify the moment the league is over.
Great. Mamuwa, over to you quickly.
Okay, thank you very much, Oluwanimi. And to you, sir, thank you so much for honoring our invites, and thank you more for being deeply expressive with your responses. Now, following up on what Toluwanimi said and what you said in one of the previous responses, you mentioned that qualifying for, the CAF Confederations Cup is not enough. Yeah. But then based on our research, we discovered that for a team to actually participate in the CAF competitions, the coach must have a CAF Pro license. But apparently, Coach Aworinodin does not have a CAF Pro license. He's leading the club to an area they've been targeting for years now. So what happens to him, given the fact that he doesn't have that documentation needed to be with Shooting Stars at Africa?
Well, what you just said is new to me.
Okay.
Of course, I need to, do maybe my due diligence to be able to confirm the authenticity of what you've just mentioned.
Yes.
So I will find it difficult to comment on that. But what I do know is that we have a team of competent, able, and committed, technical crew that would do justice, to our participation in the CAF competition. Yeah. So, but I can't, say anything specific right now on the issue of the coach has to be CAF licensed. I'm not really aware about that.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
We're just going to close with this because of our time. When fans look back at, Shooting Stars and Honorable Lekan Salami, what should be the legacy for Shooting Stars? What should they be saying about you and Shooting Stars Football Club?
Well, the name Lekan Salami is synonymous with Shooting Stars. My father founded the club many, many decades ago, and it's an historic club that we've been accustomed to for a long time. So of course, he has his legacy in terms of what he did for the club. This is an opportunity for me to also, build my own legacy. Because whether we like it or not, everybody would go one day, all right? That's one thing that we're all sure of. But the most important thing is, what will people say after you're gone? What legacies, will you leave behind? I believe qualifying for CAF Champions competition after 28 years, definitely that will be a legacy.
Big stuff.
Then the project I also have, the vision that I have in terms of articulating and putting together that project, for the club, which is something they've never had, permanent hostel that has all these facilities that's accustomed to what you see all over, all the big teams in Africa, Al Ahly, Zamalek, Mamelodi Sundowns, Ashanti, ASEC Mimosa, and the likes. Those are the kind of facilities and infrastructure that they have. And that's exactly what I want to do for Shooting Stars.
Great.
So by the time I'm able to do that, I think I can be rest assured that, I will have left a good enough legacy for people to say, yes, during his time, he was able to do this and do that and do that. So.
All right. I want to say big thank you for joining us this wonderful morning to talk, about Shooting Stars Football Club and what you've been able to do, in your tenure and securing a point, continental sports right there for Shooting Stars. If fan is asking, just quickly, fan is asking, why do we see you on the touchline, with the coach, with the players? We really don't see that with, other chairmans in senior climbs or whatnot, but it's just Honorable Lekan Salami, around that system.
It's the passion, honestly. It's the passion for success. It's the passion to achieve, So I become restless when Shooting Stars is playing, because, I'm not a coach and I'm not the sporting director, but I do know a little bit about football as well. I used to play. So that passion in me, will not enable me to sit down. I need to just show, my intent as to, what we're doing and what we need to do, because it's the result that matters, So, that's just my nature. I'm hands-on. I'm a hands-on person. I'm not sit back and just delegate, 100%. Football, you need to be hands-on. You need to, the players too, it gives them a lift. It gives the coaches a lift to show that, yes, chairman is with us in this,
All right, that's how we can wrap up the show with the interview with Honorable Lekan Salami, giving us an exclusive, update from Shooting Stars. And we are hoping that they get their ticket to continental football next season, and we'll be back here, to bring chairman to discuss more on that. Most definitely. All right, we need to move quickly because we have more update in the world of sport. The Premier League is upon us, the world of basketball, all this and more on the show. Stay very much connected. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality production.
All right, you're welcome back to Dominion Sport, where we talk all things sport on the go right here on Dominion Television. Quickly, we need to move because of our time, and we got update over the weekend. It's going to be Manchester City against Chelsea at the Wembley Stadium. One to look forward to. And surprisingly, the under-17 and the under-18 under-20 team won the FA Cup, just yesterday. The women's team of Manchester City are still in the FA Cup final, and Manchester City men football team are going to play this weekend. Let's start off with that quickly, Sanuddin. What are the expectations for that game? Who's under pressure more to win the title of Wembley?
It's not the first time two teams from the male and female team of a football club and the FA Cup final.
Manchester City have lost it back-to-back.
That's Manchester City. United have won it when they got to the final 2 years ago, and it was the men and males team that defended the title last season. Everything went the way it went, but we are past that now. It's going to be very interesting this weekend. Chelsea have not found victory at Wembley Stadium in a while now. Days back to the days of Mount. Lots of players that have failed to win the FA Cup and has eluded Chelsea for a long while, and every time they visit Wembley, they seem to be one of the last time they were there. Liverpool defeated them at Wembley. Is this time going to be different? That's going to be one to look out for. Guardiola looks like he has his eyes set on the chance for a domestic treble. Yes, he has one in his bag. He rested a lot of players in the 3-0 win over Crystal Palace during the week. That's to show you his squad that they are tight. He has players from the bench that can influence games as well. So it's going to be interesting. And for McFarlane, this is a chance for him to give his claim to say, okay, I also want this job, I can offer something, and will Bluco and Chelsea look his way at the end of the season if he clinches the title tomorrow at Wembley? That's an interesting one to look out for. All
right, I want to ask you, Mabuba, for you, do you think Chelsea has a chance against Manchester City? Remember, Manchester City are also looking at the edge, against Arsenal. So what do you think the expectation would be like for both teams going into this final?
Well, as Nordin has mentioned, Manchester City will actually be looking forward to, putting their best foot when they go against Chelsea tomorrow, and they are looking forward to winning a domestic treble. And the other hand for Chelsea, their performances so far hasn't been quite spectacular. They have gone 7 games now, where they haven't picked up victories. But the match that they played over the weekend,
and just 2 goals in 7 games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm thinking that if perhaps they can improve on the performance that they displayed against Liverpool, against City, perhaps we can see a much more tighter encounter. We know that City is also looking forward to breaking the deadlock, because it's been the past 2 years now. They've reached the FA Cup final. They've lost back-to-back to Manchester United and to Crystal Palace. So Guardiola will be looking forward to finally breaking that drought of getting to the FA Cup final and also losing. So perhaps I'll say that there's a whole lot to play for. We have Chelsea, who are having a difficult and not so impressive run so far. We also have City as well, who are looking forward to break that drought of them losing FA Cup titles at the final. So it's a whole lot to play for, and I'll say that the pressure is much more on City, because as I mentioned, the battle against Arsenal to secure Premier League title is sort of tight. But against the Chelsea side that isn't performing so well over the past 7 matches, it seems more or less there's a bigger chance for them to secure a win against this side and maybe get a double as they look forward to securing a treble so far. So yes, it's difficult to predict who exactly is going to win, but if I am to choose, I'll say that the stakes are higher for City.
For City, all right. Mabua said is a double, maybe looking for a treble if possible, right there for Manchester City. All right, we're going to move away from that. I'm going to ask Sanuddin to give me an update in the world of tennis at the WTA and the ATP room quickly.
It's interesting times in Europe right now, and Roland Garros is next week. We are looking for the end of the Masters in Italy. Yeah. And yesterday, Dan Medvedev got into the semi-final. He's going to face Yannick Sinner, who is in the form of his life right now. And the match between Medvedev and his opponent, the 20-year-old Martin Landalus, he came from a set down, losing the first set 6-1, and he came back 6-4, 7-5 in the decider, which took over an hour. And it was just all interesting in the ATP finals yesterday in Europe. And Yannick Sinner, now the man with the most amount of victories, consecutive victories in the Masters, he surpassed Novak Djokovic, who had 31 yesterday, and he's set to play for the final in Europe yesterday and in Europe tomorrow. So that's exciting times. And in the WTA front, Coco Gauff is going to face Elena Svitolina, who defeated Rybakina, and Ribakina and Iga
Swiatek, yeah.
back to back in less than 24 hours to book a place in the final and play for 1,055,000.
The money's higher now. I'm looking. Come on.
the money looks high on paper, but
paper, yeah.
after paying your team, getting
Are you not supposed to pay your team?
I'm trying to.
Okay, you're helping us calculate it down.
No, I'm trying to echo the voice of the WTA and ATP players who are complaining about the pay cut.
Yeah.
This money, after you've paid the taxes, the money for your team, and logistics for traveling to the competition, you are left with chicken change at the end. And the organizers of this competition are making to the tune of millions, enough to build new stadiums to accommodate fans to come to the venue and watch these players. But now you're not increasing their pay. Right. That is one to look forward to and say, this must stop and let's change things around this time around.
All right, that's the update right there in the world of tennis. Mabuba, we're going to turn to you quickly within 1 minute to give us an update in the world of basketball. What's happening? It's the NBA series still going on quickly.
Well, to mark the continuation of the NBA series, the Cavaliers took on the Pistons and they extended their lead, finally breaking the deadlock. It was Game 5, and I must let you know that the Pistons were actually leading initially. They were leading by 2 wins in 2 series, but we saw a shocking turnover. But the Cavaliers now leading by 3 wins in 5 games, and then the Cavaliers are going to go against the Pistons as well tomorrow, and they'll be looking forward to finally clinching that 4th win to make them qualify for the next stage of the NBA series. And the man of this encounter is not other person but James Harden. He secured 30 points and 8 rebounds, and he's been a pivotal as part of the Cavaliers shall I call it resurgence against the Pistons. In the first win that he had against the Pistons, he had 19 points. So that in the game tomorrow, which will be the 6th game, they'll be looking forward to depending more on James Harden, and he'll also be looking forward to deliver a spectacular performance, because if they're able to secure that win, that will mark them coming from behind from 2 losses down to securing 4 back-to-back wins to eventually qualifying for the second phase of the NBA series. Everything is going to go down today at 12 a.m.
It's early hours of the morning.
Early hours of the morning. So there's a whole lot more to go down. Then on Monday, we're going to be back here to give you the breakdown of what exactly happened and the teams that have qualified for the next phase and who we can root for and those that are falling out. Okay, great. That's the update in the world of basketball, and we wrap up the show. But I mean, for me, Liverpool are going to face Aston Villa, a qualification spot for the Champions League. Hopefully in the bag for Liverpool or Aston Villa. Also over the weekend, Manchester United against Nottingham Forest, Brentford against Crystal Palace, Everton against Sunderland, Leeds against Brighton, Wolves against Fulham, Newcastle against West Ham. And on Monday at the Emirates, it's going to be Arsenal against Burnley. Those are the fixtures for you to look forward to, and also drop your prediction right there in the comment section. What are your expectations for the game in the final of the FA Cup between Manchester City and Chelsea at Wembley? I want to say a big thank you to everyone that joined us on the show this wonderful morning. Exclusive interview with Honorable Lekan, Taiwo, Salami, and also the crew, the producer, and everyone that made sure we remain on a global stage this wonderful morning. This is where we draw the curtain. We're going to see again on Monday, where we give you all the reactions from the actions of the weekend. Stay connected, and bye for now.